Hey, you guys, we're back. Another episode of 90's Now. Adam, Cal, how are you?
What's up, ladies?
What's up? What's up? Magicalness. Magicalness is what's up. Yep.
We can always rely on Adam for some energy.
Yeah.
Pardon
He's
the
our high octane millennial.
Who lived through half of the 90s.
That's true.
Let's so people remember. I was
Yeah,
born
a little more because you were a 94 baby, right? So like a little more than half.
You're right, and close to the beginning of 94. So okay, I've got 5 years and a few months.
Okay.
The 90s
He's
under
closer
belt.
to the now part.
Yeah.
We're closer to the 90's part.
That's right. Exactly. And Sharon, I should mention too, before you kick off, that we did get our first visual podcast online.
Yes.
And so that was super exciting. I managed to edit it and not blow anything up. So that was such a relief for me. So it's online because I wanted to mention to our audio listeners, the people who are finding us, on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher and Spotify and Google, that if you do want to see the visual podcast, it is available for you as well to see our lovely faces on screen at youtube.com/Kelly Alexander Show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And the visuals behind Kelly are most impressive.
Yeah, it's got
And
our
that she's
names on it.
branded on her too.
I feel like see that there's a little tape, the tape here, and then there's little thunderbolts.
Ooh,
It's cute.
Mama life.
Cutesy. It's cutesy. It's like our
What's on the show today, Sharon? What's on the show today?
Oh, I see, Kelly. You've tied in the thunderbolts.
Yep.
I think if we're going to continue the fine tuning, that you take the exclamation point after happening and turn that into a thunderbolt also.
I'll speak to our graphic artists.
Speak to our people.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? We've got more new music that's coming out of the COVID experience. So it's good for us. We'll talk about who that is and how fun that'll be. Also, one of the fun bands to come out of our favorite decade is losing its frontman. Like on purpose, though. He's fine, ultimately fine, but by choice. We'll talk about the band that is going to be obviously auditioning new lead singers. Also, we'll continue to tie in some now to our 90's now and let you know who Sire Castrello Raymond is. We've got Kelly's trivia. We've got a 90's rewind to get to also. And Martha Stewart and her old buddy Snoop Dogg are getting baked in the kitchen. No, wait, scratch that.
What?
Oh, no, they're baking in the kitchen. Slight difference.
Probably a bit of Sharon, to be honest.
What's that?
Probably a bit of both, to be honest.
Well, life is about balance, Kel.
Yeah.
And we should probably start there too, because it's fun to start with snacks. So they're not doing the baking, but they'll be judging some baking. Snoop and Martha's very tasty Halloween is coming our way. Well, and by our way, I mean, if you have access to the streaming service of Peacock, you'll be able to see it there. It's a series, so that's kind of fun. It means that it's not just one dose of Snoop Dogg and Martha. But the series will feature 3 teams that are going to be a bunch of talented bakers called the Scare Squad. I like it. And they're going to face off. They're going to do like over the top baking stuff, edible sweet treats. And Snoop and Martha are going to judge that.
What's interesting is their amazing relationship is fantastic because, again, who would have thought that Snoop Dogg would be hanging out with Martha Stewart? It's like the most unlikely of running mates, if you will.
It's
and yet
true.
it works.
Totally
It
works.
beautifully. It's like Paula Abdul and that cartoon cat.
What's the name of that
wasn't
cat?
Wasn't it Kit Kat?
Oh, I think so.
MC Kit Kat. Didn't he and he wore a suit too? Not to be confused with Chester Cheetah.
Is he the Cheetos guy?
That's the Cheetos guy.
I don't eat the Cheetos. Do you?
Yes, I do. But like not a lot.
Yeah.
Meaning not often. Because
Yeah.
when I do eat them, it seems to be that I'm eating a lot. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah. I like the
This does not feel
Cheetos.
good.
I like the Cheetos. I think when you get it with it's like a trail mix thing, like with
Yeah, 'cause then you get a bit of everything.
the pretzel. I'm good with that.
Isn't it called the party mix?
Yep.
Is that the one?
Whoop.
That's what we are, the party mix.
Yeah. I'm just down with Cheetos and Ringolos. I'd be fine with that pack.
Yes.
Here's
Ringolos, man.
the thing. Once my brother, because back in the 90's, actually, Ringolos were quite the thing. Do people still eat them? I don't know if they're still around. Are they still around?
They were
Love
big in the
them.
80's too, by the way.
Okay.
I
So
was
my
there.
brother, who was like we'll say 12 at the time or whatever. He one day we decided to go to the corner store or the dépanneur as we call it here in Quebec. And it was like July. It was hotter than bejesus. And like he decided upon his like 12-year-old wisdom to get Ringalos with chocolate milk. And I said to him at the time, I'm like, I feel this is an unwise decision to eat that with chocolate milk in like 30-degree heat. Yeah. He did not heed his older sister's warning and like ate all of it. And then how he didn't have an episode all afternoon, I don't know, because he wasn't feeling too spry the rest of the afternoon.
I thought you were going to say he loved it so much he still does it today.
He still teases about that. He's like, that was a terrible decision. I'm like, yeah, I know.
But it sounds like something that you'd snack on after hanging out with Snoop and Martha.
I think so. Also some kind of gummies.
Well, there's that. And Fudgios. Ooh, and Doritos. Just saying. Hey, Kel.
Yes.
How about you line up some trivia and we knock them down?
All right. Are you ready for this?
90s. Now, trivia.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
So still using
Bing
the fancy
bong.
cards that I don't want you to see.
They might help if we could see them.
I just waved them very quickly. And funny enough, this particular card here actually has a Janet Jackson question.
Oh, shock of all shocks.
I shan't ask it.
Because you're going to answer it if you do ask.
Yeah, maybe. That's probably the problem. So I won't. But maybe next week. All right. So question number 1. What is rapper Dr. Dre's real name? I'm looking for first, middle, and last. Go.
Oh my God. Sharon?
Go.
Andre, I'm not a doctor, record producer. I was going to say Andre Ricin, but I know that he's the football player.
Yeah, he's the one that Lisa left.
Lost his mans.
Torched the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam, you gotta take a guess?
Took care of business there.
Michael Money Maker.
Ooh, Triple M, yo.
That's a good try. Sharon was closest. Andre Romel Young.
Huh.
Now why would I don't even think I've ever heard his middle name used ever.
It's on this card.
Okay, so one time.
That's it.
And
all right.
Wikipedia. Probably.
Exactly. Daria is a spin-off from which popular animated MTV show?
Daria?
Yeah.
What is it about?
Who knows?
You should, question asker.
We didn't. I don't think we got MTV, did we? Back in the day, I don't think we had.
No.
Yeah, it was a cable offering.
Oh
You had
yeah,
an option.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
I only had Much Music. That's all I.
Same.
And we in Quebec we had Musique Plus.
Oh, oui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avec Sonia Benezra, who was a champ.
Yes.
She was a champion.
Yeah.
Because back then, she would interview people like whoever was in town would come to Musique Plus, and it was the French equivalent of Much Music in Canada. So we had that here in headquartered in Montreal. And she'd interview the artists, and it was great and whatever. And then she'd turn, she'd sort of acknowledge person and turn to the camera and blast in French exactly what that part of the conversation was, incredibly. And then she'd turn back and say, so what do you think about the tour that's upcoming? And then they'd answer, and then she'd turn back to the camera and like just rapid fire. It was so awesome.
She's the queen of translation.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
We actually have a colleague that we work with, Mike Gauthier, who used to be.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I see him often when I work. His shift is at the same time as mine, and I often go, "It's Mike." Like I get giddy, like I'm.
He's so nice. We love him.
And he waves at me, and I'm like, "Hi!" Like
you're from TV.
Yeah, he's cute.
I love how Sharon just completely avoided the question.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So what's
the
I don't even remember what the question was.
So the question was, Daria is a spinoff from which popular animated MTV show? Beavis and Butthead.
Of course. There wasn't that many animated. We should have known that, Adam.
Yeah.
I should have known that.
I missed
I
the
failed the family. I'm sorry.
I missed the animated word first time
Oh,
around.
did you? Oh, okay.
So was Daria a stoner kid too, who wore like an
I guess so.
AC/DC shirt?
I've never watched a full episode of Beavis and Butthead.
It's challenging.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. And I also have never watched a full episode of South Park.
Ooh, you should. It's super smart.
Never done it.
Super smart.
Okay.
Like cutting.
And
smart.
also, I'm probably the only person on the planet, and I'm not joking, or maybe there's like 5 of us that has maybe seen, and I'm not joking, 7 episodes of The Simpsons.
I
Also
love The
smart.
Simpsons.
I can't do it.
It's really clever. You just sort of have to
I appreciate their
recognize that
effort.
it's not for kids.
Yeah, I appreciate their efforts. It's not my thing.
Was
However, if someone
go-
wants to
go-
watch
go.
The Young and the Restless, I can catch you up to speed.
was Family Guy broadcasted in the 90s, or did that happen after?
Which
Family
one? Family Guy was
Yeah.
2000s.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because I love that as well, but
Yeah.
wrong
also
decade.
Yeah.
Back to you,
Well,
Sharon.
We'll establish a new podcast and then we can reference that. On the list of artists that have got new music coming out after the lockdown, we can put Bryan Adams' name on that list because he made the most of his time while he was locked down. See, locked up means that you've gone to jail, but Bryan Adams has not gone to jail. He was just locked down like the rest of us. Bryan Adams said that the effects of the time, quote, really brought home the truth that spontaneity can be taken away. He said suddenly all the touring stopped. No one could jump into a car and go. So his brand new album coming in March is called So Happy It Hurts. And he says that it's about freedom, autonomy, spontaneity, and the thrill of the open road. Nice tie-in, Bryan Adams. He did have a song called Open Road. So Happy It Hurts. He went on to say, it touches on many of the ephemeral things in life that are really the secret to happiness. Most importantly, human connection. Ephemeral. You take that into the rest of your day and work it into conversation, okay?
Can't do it.
Don't even try.
Yeah.
So 12 songs in the album, and good news for fans in the UK that he's got 12 shows booked for 2022. So the album's going to come in March, and he's got shows booked for mid-May through to the end, and then some in July also.
Sharon, does he still live? Wasn't he living for a while overseas? Like, is he still there?
I'm not sure if he's still there. I think that he is, though.
Okay,
'Cause
because
I
like
think he
in
relocated a long time
right?
ago.
in England somewhere, like
Yeah.
London. Okay,
London.
got it. By the
It's
way,
not called that.
it's not called that. So I was talking about Adele on my radio program because her new single is about to drop. And she mentioned, because she's on the cover of British Vogue for November, and she mentioned that the type of house that she lives in Los Angeles, she's got 3 of them. She has 2 that she bought side by side, and then 1 across the road that she bought for her ex-husband. So all 3 of these places apparently are to the equivalent of 18,000 square feet.
Wow.
It all equals up to about $30 million. And she said and she's worth reportedly $177 million, Adele.
Wow.
She said that the type of house that she lives in Los Angeles, she would not have the funds to live in London, like I guess in London proper,
Right.
So somebody did the research, and I'm glad the 2 of you are sitting down.
Uh-oh.
The largest penthouse that is equivalent to 18,000 square feet is on the market for $247 million in London, England.
Whoa.
US dollars?
I'm assuming.
Wow.
That's a lot.
So
of
because at
dollars.
first, when I first read the part, I'm like, you're bananas. Like, of course you can afford to live in London. And I guess like for sure she could afford like a condo or whatever, for sure. But the size of house that she lives in Los Angeles, no, in London.
Wow. Well,
She
then
lives
she
with
picked
Spice
the right
Girls, by the
city.
way. Full circle. She loves Spice Girls.
I thought you said she lives with the Spice Girls. I'm like, wow, everybody lives together.
Maybe if they pool their money, they could buy that $247 million penthouse.
Wow. Oh, brother. Adele was live on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, she's unpredictable when she does that stuff.
I love
like
it.
like leaking part of her song. And then she said she was nervous because she's like, my phone's already buzzing. I might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think
She's-
she's one of the artists that said a few years ago that she had to hand over. I'm pretty sure it's her that said she had to hand over her social media accounts because she was getting in trouble for, I think, drunk tweeting or something to the effect of like, I'm not sure if it was entirely drunk tweeting or just like not self-reflection tweeting and just tweeting. So,
Just don't take a minute and think about it. Just do it.
yeah, just regrets later.
Well, I think, you know what? I think fans appreciate that.
Oh, that they love her.
You know, and to think that things would be like constructed or inorganic, let's say. I'd love to see her after happy hour just jump
my God.
on.
She started her interview with British Vogue saying something like, because I think they started the interview on a Monday morning. She's like, normally I'm hungover on Mondays. So she's awesome.
Oh, good kids.
love Adele. Love Adele.
Love
And I love that
Adele.
she loves the Spice Girls. I love that.
Yeah, I love that she is pretty open with who she likes and her influences and that she's really into it. I find she's like, it's almost like she's a student of her craft, right? And similarly, I see that in Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
You know, they know what, it's not just that they know what they know what they like and they know the impact of what they like and they know the importance of it. So I think that's cool.
That's why I think
I think
Kelly
that's
Clarkson,
cool.
that's why I think that Kelly Clarkson relates so well. And that's why she has a daytime talk show.
Yeah.
Why she's on The Voice and everybody loves Kelly Clarkson. Like, how can you not love her?
How can you not love her? Segue into the band that's losing their lead singer.
Yeah.
Smash Mouth.
Did you know that there was because I think I'd heard a while ago that he's a bit unpredictable, the lead singer.
Well,
The whole I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's that like awkward laugh of, oh my God, this is happening laugh. But that at that recent concert were the veiled threats to the crowd. I wish I'd known what they were because I'm oddly curious that way. It's none of my business, but man, I'd love to know what
I'm
he
sure
said.
you did that, Sharon.
Oh, that's true. There's probably rogue video on
Yeah.
that. But
I saw a video on TikTok actually of
oh yeah.
some footage of the show.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly what he said, but there was a
Neither
lot
does
of
he.
cursing going on. Well, he didn't look like he remembered or realized anything he was doing
Yeah.
and I honestly don't understand how anybody could leave him on stage
Really.
Yeah.
doing and saying what he was doing and saying. It looked terrible. I've seen a lot of amateur concerts that are total disasters better than what was happening on that stage.
Whoa. Well, then obviously the decision is the right one to make. He does have some health issues and clearly some substance issues to work on. Though he did post about his departure by saying, ever since I was a kid, I dreamed of being a rock star performing in front of sold out arenas and have been so fortunate to live out that dream. So it's good that he knows that.
I really hope he gets the help that he needs in all regards. Like,
Yeah.
because it's hard to watch someone that you may have admired like have trouble, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch the train wrecks, no matter, even if you
Aaron.
didn't like them that much. It's hard to see a human being suffering and, not seeing it. For
Yeah.
what it
Well, how
is.
many times did you and I like just talk about George Michael?
Yeah.
And like in hindsight now, because you and I obviously, and I think Adam does, like we love him, and so, and it was funny, I was looking for something, I was online and up popped a story about him, and I just saw his picture probably from like 2011, and right away my heart skips a beat and I stop and I have to, anything with George Michael, like I go to it because I still can't believe he's gone, and I still can't believe I know we still have his voice, but like thankfully through recordings, but nothing new,
Mhm.
like I still can't believe he left us in his 50s. Like it's terrible.
And it's 5 years this year, isn't it?
Yeah. On Christmas Day. Mhm. And then crazy, like I think his sister, it'll be either 2 or 3 years since she passed, also on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
How did she die?
I think there was some health issues. Like, I don't know if it was, I think there was health issues, I think.
So she just happened to die on the same day as him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 3 years later. So this might be the second anniversary of her death also.
Wow.
So
Well, we've got the music.
yeah,
We can be thankful for that. That's for sure. Um,
I've got the information of on how she passed away. This is a difficult word to say. She died from diabetic ketoacidosis.
oh, okay.
So, which is a complication caused by lack of insulin and sky high blood sugar. So,
whoa. Okay.
it was a sudden death, according to the internet.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Not a peaceful one either, I'm sure.
No.
Well, from death, we talk about birth.
Yes.
Who is Sire Castrello Raymond?
Well, clearly the parental units like highfalutin names, if you will.
Highfalutin. Flancy McConnell, everyone.
I would have gotten that answer on trivia. That's Usher.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, that's his baby, anyways.
Yeah. But so they come to action fast, right? Because he already has a daughter with his current partner, who was born in September of 2020, and now they have a baby boy, also born like tail end of September 2021. So they'll be literally a year apart. So lots of action happening in the Raymond household.
They call those Irish twins, don't they?
Oh, maybe. I think so.
Something like that. Yeah.
But her name is Sovereign Beau, and this is Sire Castrello.
Here's a tough question. Maybe Kelly, I'll ask you, and Adam will check to see what the answer is, just in case Kelly doesn't know. He has 2 older kids with his first wife. What are their names?
Usher the Fifth, I think.
Which is the first one?
Usher the Fifth and Naveed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Usher Raymond the Fifth. Yeah.
Nice.
There's
Nice.
Naveed
Okay.
Ellie Raymond and Sovereign Beau Raymond.
Wow. Well, the news came via Instagram, as it should.
Yeah.
With a partial picture of the baby's sweet little face.
Yeah.
And everybody's happy, it seems, including the his ex-wife, who's about to release a book, or has released a book and has been doing the circuit on interviews about the book, which is fine, because now Usher and his ex-wife, Tamika Foster, the mother of his first 2 kids, they went through a whole bunch of fun stuff. And by fun stuff, I mean bitter divorce stuff.
Yeah.
But they're now happily co-parenting, and everything is apparently great, perhaps until this book comes out and all the press that has to go with it and all the stories that are going to be rehashed.
Yeah.
Like the one where she found him in a compromising position with a stripper. Oh, tell it at the kitchen table at Thanksgiving.
This is the part where you're like, why are we rehashing this? But clearly you need some coin.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no offense to her, she obviously has great faith in the stories that she's told in her book. But Tamika Foster, if you're interested in hearing some of the tales of her time on this planet, some of which was spent with Usher, and those stories, including stripper things, she thinks that that's one of the funniest stories, because she said, "I didn't touch a girl. I was mad at him, and my anger was directed in the right direction. So perhaps she put her hands on him." Kidney punch. So the book is called Here I Stand in a Pleasant State. And she thinks that we will be pleasantly surprised about how things really went and her position on things, because there's some funny stories, like I said, and that stripper one is certainly one of them. Funny now, probably less than funny in it.
There was a lot of drama surrounding them, because I don't know if you remember, but when they were getting married, it actually got delayed by, I don't know if it was a year or 8 months, because I don't think his mother was a huge fan of hers. And so apparently there was some like crazy business going on there, because they had a wedding plan somewhere in the Hamptons, I think, and it got canceled like super loud. Like I think people were already there, like like not at the wedding, but like in the town, like
in the Hamptons.
Like
they had arrived in the Hamptons.
Yeah. So I remember that it got pushed back, and then I think it was like a year later. I think that was 2007, and then 2008 they finally married. And I think they were done by 2010, something like that.
Yeah, it was a couple of years.
Yeah. So
at least a book's worth of time.
Yeah. You know who's also going to get some major pushback, I think, is, I'm not sure if you heard this, but Katie Couric, who obviously was a host in the 90s on the Today Show, she's dropping her memoir, and
Is she dropping it like it's hot?
she's gonna get a punch like it's hot, because apparently she's upset a bunch of her fellow media colleagues that she has like worked with. So I think I don't know why she had to go there. I love Katie Couric, but we'll see what apparently it's pretty explosive stuff that she comes out with in this book.
Awesome.
So Sharon's like, here's the popcorn, I'm ready.
Exactly. Well, these will be people that we know. How about we get into a 90s rewind?
Let's do it.
And
That was fun.
We've got a slice of 1993, you guys. And the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, which is specific to, it's more generic. It's not as specific as an R&B chart or a dance chart or a alternative rock chart or whatever. It's in general. And I thought to go to 1993 around this time, how the charts reflected how much of an impact R&B and hip hop.
That's a new word.
It's when you're happy about hip hop. I'm hip hop.
Exactly.
R&B and hip hop. They were commanding space on our Walkmans and our problematic Discmans. I'm just trying to keep it 90s. Discman, bad idea. You can't do anything. You can't move it. It has to be stirred. Anyways, I digress. Let's go to Jeanne. Hey, Mr. DJ was grooving at number 10. How about Tony Braxton? Sorry. How about Tony Braxton? At number 9, Another Sad Love Song. Man, she was good at that. Whoo. Now, let's see if Kelly can ID the Janet Jackson song that sampled some classic Motown of the Supremes' Someday We'll Be Together. Kel?
That's the Way Love Goes, or If?
We got to pick one.
If?
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
If was at number 7. Escape. Well, they were just kicking it, weren't they? That's right. I said it properly. Escape. Tag team also told us where to find it. Whoop, there it is. Hashtag corny jokes. How about SWV's Right Here with that Human Nature sample?
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Love that song. And Mariah's Dream Lover was at number 1 for another week. So for those keeping track, normally we'll give a handful of songs, but I thought for this snippet of top 10 songs, I didn't mention 3 because they were not hip hop or R&B at all. Billy Joel's River of Dreams, which had kind of a gospel tone to it.
Yeah.
Meatloaf's I'd Do Anything for Love.
Oh boy.
Which had a lot of meatloaf on it. And Ace of Base, All That She Wants.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have to say, and I know Adam wasn't born yet, but like 1993, I think for me is probably I like 97 and 98 also, but 93 is probably the best year of music for me of the 90s.
The golden era of hip hop.
Yeah,
right?
It was just everything came out that year. Like that's still
like Andre Romello.
Close. Romel, or as Adam calls him, Moneymaker.
Andre Romel Moneymaker. That's our 90s rewind, by the way.
Very good. And just again, before we wrap up, for our audio listeners, again, if you'd like to see all the visual shenanigans of this, our visual podcast is on YouTube, youtube.com/Kelly Alexander Show. And also our TikTok is action. Like we've got action going on our TikTok account. So you can follow us now.
Are we supposed to talk like that? Our TikTok is action. Kelly, throw one of those in.
At 90's Now FM, I believe, if I'm remembering the name.
It's action now, but wait till our TikTok is fire.
We'd like some followers, by the way. So please do us a favor and give us a follow.
Find us on the TikTok.
I'm shameless. I'm asking for followers.
I love it.
Yeah, the bumpy beginnings of our existence on TikTok should be worth the follow. I
cannot wait, Sharon, for you to post your very first TikTok machine. Let's do it.
Maybe we'll have like an interview with Shirley. Shirley Manson might show up.
She just came off tour with Alanis, right? For Garbage.
Yes.
Yeah,
didn't we talk about that a few weeks ago?
I think so, yeah. Alanis has gone blonde. I know I need to shut up, but Alanis went blonde. She looks amazing.
Good for her.
Hashtag,
Good for Alanis.
I gotta shut up.
Yeah. I'm done now. Bye, folks.
No, you're good. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks, Kelly, for the effort on the lightning bolts. Appreciate that. Adam on the fast fingers and the still yet to be seen white headphones.
They're
still
gone.
tiny.
They're gone
Sorry.
forever.
Wow. And black is slimming, so that works. Thank you for finding us wherever it is that you do that. We appreciate it. And if you found us on YouTube, thanks. And thank you for listening to 90s Now. Still happening.